Hi, this is Dr. Lisabeth Medlock of Life by Design Coaching with your life coaching tip of the week for the week of July 30th, 2012. Today I'm going to be talking about ways to be open to love. I've had a theme going through some of my last blogs and also through my last videos about being kind of open, keeping yourself open to life, open to love, and also be part of my newsletter in August that'll be coming out in a couple of days. So today I'm going to focus on ways to be open to love. Because as they say, all you need is love, and kind of in the end it's all about love, and that's so true. That's really what life is about. But it's funny how so many people, because of bad experiences in childhood and bad experiences in adulthood, end up being completely closed off to really feeling deep, emotional, all-encompassing love. So the first thing I think that people have difficulty with is if you haven't received that kind of unconditional positive regard and unconditional love as a child, it becomes very difficult to know what that love looks like and feels like. So we get into adulthood, we're seeking love, we're craving love. Some of us feel that, like we're seeking love, we're craving that love, but when that love comes, you don't even know what it looks like, and you tend to test it, not trust it, push it away. So the first thing you have to do is get through your childhood, work out those issues, and realize that even if you don't have a good model of what love looks like, and many of us don't, that you have to be able to accept love in your current adult life. And that means that you have to, I think the second thing is take risks. Love takes risks. There's a saying that says it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. I think that's completely true. But a lot of people won't take the risk to love, and love is risky as hell. That's why they call it falling in love, because it's like falling down an abyss sometimes. So love involves risk, and part of that risk is risking that you don't really know what the hell love is really about or what it might look like, but you're going to risk it to get the reward. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But being a risk taker and allowing risk, and also the subject of another video I did was being vulnerable. Without having that level of vulnerability and opening yourself up to being vulnerable, which means that you can accept being hurt, that it's a possibility that it can happen, but that the risk is worth the reward, is important in being open to love. So being able to take a risk and being vulnerable is part of it too. Another thing that I think is really critical is not only learning to get past the childhood and the models that you saw of love, but really to think about, get the heck out of your story. What I call the story of the brokenhearted. Or, ooh, I'm just somebody that just can't be in a relationship, I constantly get dumped, no one will have me. All those scripts that go through your head based on past relationships is about getting stuck in your story, which is something I've talked about. And we get stuck in our stories about love and our experiences with love. If you keep that script going in your head, that you're unlovable, that love doesn't work for you, that nobody wants you, that you screw it up, well, maybe you do screw it up, but it doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. The idea is that you break that story apart, rewrite the script, think positive thoughts, that you are lovable, that things are going to work out, that even if they don't work out, there's something to learn there, which I think is important. So get rid of your old script, write a new script, and then the new script is the thing I say all the time, that I'm open to love and I'm going to find a stable, loving partner. And when you're ready to find a stable, loving partner and you put that into your affirmations and into your mantras, they will come. And sometimes we get into relationships, and what we really need to learn too as part of that, as I said, is that all our relationships are here to teach us something, and we view it not as a failure, but if we view the times we've opened ourselves up to love or risked a little bit and it hasn't worked out, what we can say about that is, what was I meant to learn here, and what did I learn from it? From each relationship we learn and grow, not only about what we want in a partner, but about ourselves. That brings me back to you. They always say you can't love someone else unless you truly love yourself, and I will say that that is 100% true. If you don't love you, you're going to seek love from outside yourself, and that always does lead to that desperation that leads you to choose unacceptable, what I call unacceptable partners that are not worthy of you. If you want to choose somebody worthy of you, you sure as hell better feel worthy yourself. And so all those things that you feel about other people and what you're seeking, I want someone who's stable, I want somebody who's trusting, I want somebody who's loving, I want somebody who's honest, who's authentic. You need to think about that in terms of yourself. That you have to be that way. You have to feel that way about yourself, that you're a good enough person and you have all those wonderful qualities. And when you love yourself, and only when you love yourself, are you going to attract somebody else to love you. And as we all know and have been through, when we're in a bad place and we don't love ourselves, we attract other people who don't love themselves. So as I say, if you're not right with you, they're not right with them, and you sure as hell aren't going to be right with each other. So loving yourself is an important part of it. So love is risky, I will say. As someone who's been through 2 marriages, many relationships, and is still single, and open to love, I can say I've learned much from it, but I'm still completely open myself to it. I haven't shut down. I've learned a lot. I've learned what I want. I'm holding out for the best, and I think that's what all of us should do. You can't get stuck in your past, so get through your childhood stuff, even if you don't know what love looked like. Think in new ways about love. Take risks. Be vulnerable. Love yourself. Be willing to get rid of that old script of how you are in relationships and how you are in love. Especially don't say you're unlucky in love. You'll always be unlucky in love. And keep your heart open. And that's the only way you're really going to grow. And that's the only way you're really going to have experiences. They're not all going to be great, it's all going to be scary. But in the end, it's all learning experience, and we become better people and better versions of ourselves because of it. I hope you enjoyed this tip of the week, and I'll be back next week with a new tip. You have a great week.